Welcome friends, in this video we're going to learn how to update existing records, a common kind of operation. Alright, so imagine it's like working in an office and you hire someone, but then the person's salary gets changed. You gotta update that kind of basic information sometimes. So that's a simple practical motivation. Let's take a look. I'm going to say the following here. It has some comments first of all. So updating existing records, in other words, replacing old information with new information, as an example. And how might you do this in real life? If I said to you, go update something, what would you do? First of all, you find it and replace an old value with a new one. That's a simple logic here. That's all it is. Find it and then replace the old value with a new one. That's it. All right, so let's take a look at this in the script form. So first I'm going to type update and then the name of the table, employees. And now I will say here the following, set. And then you write the name of a field, like salary as an example. And then I'm going to set that equal to, and then I'm going to say 65000. So all you're doing is setting the salary equal to 65,000. Right, if you just try to run this, let's see. Let's take a look. At this stage, I'm going to say select star from employees. And this has set everybody's salary, as you can see, to 65,000. So you have to be careful when you use this. All right. Now imagine what we want to do instead is just focus on one person, like Jose here. So to do that, I can, as an example, say where ID equals 2. So this will pick out only Jose and replace only his salary. Now let's change the numbers to something different. So say 75,000. All right, let's take a look. So execute that, and notice it says one row affected. All right, let's take a look. So select that and take a look at the results. And now Jose only has 75,000. Another thing that you may want to do as you make modifications to your table, perhaps, is just have a field that says date modified or something like that, and then use a function to do that automatically. So what I'm going to do is change the structure of the table. So right click on employees in Object Explorer and then go to Designer. On the bottom, just add a new column, say called date modified. And here, you're going to change that into a date. That's the correct data type. And imagine for a second you've done this, and now you say, yes, a value must be specified. So where it says allow nulls, you uncheck that. And then you click save, but it doesn't work. And if you lead through the message, it's a pretty long message here with a lot of different possibilities that it describes. It goes all the way to the right. See that? But take a look. It says here, alter table only allows columns to be added that can contain nulls. So behind the scenes, we have alter table operating. It's a kind of script, basically. And you can add one, but only if the column can contain nulls. So close this. And then here, just check the box that says allow nulls. And now you should be able to save this new structure. There it goes. Good. No more error messages. All right, close this little designer window. It goes away. And now, just so we see the effect, I'm going to change the script a little bit. Take a look here. So I will say, and then you got to remember the name of that new field. So on the left side, refresh the table view. All right, and then expand that table and the columns, and we have date modified. All right, so we're going to remember that. And now I'm going to say here between square brackets, date modified. And then on the right side of the equals, or the assignment operator, if you like, I'm going to say here, get date. And notice there's a small error occurring here. So maybe pause the video and think about why it might be happening. What have we always put whenever we have a list of field names? Whether we are selecting them or, in this case, now modifying them, what do we always do? All right. So as you can imagine, you've got to separate with a comma. like that. And again, of course, this immediately gets underlined red and it's not recognized. So then we do Control-Shift-R, give it a second here, and now it's recognized. And I'm going to change the salary to something different so we can see it immediately. So 85,000. All right, and now let's give this a run here. So update employees. And it says one row affected. So select star from employees. And as you can see here, we have Jose, date started. We have his new salary, and we have the date modification. Perfect. So remember, in simple English, find it and replace an old value with a new one. And in this case, we can also say, and also mark the modification date using the getDate function. And one more thing that I might point out, remember, because the date modified can store null values, over here for John Smith, there's a null that you're seeing, you see? That value hasn't been entered, that's all. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.